How's it going, Internet? I'm WavePunk, and today I want to break down the $1,300 pass. Often considered to be one of the greatest plays in Rocket League history, in its very short history right now. This is a play from the RLC Pro League Grand Finals, Game 9, between Flipside Tactics and Crown and Jewels. Flipside held, I think, a 2-game lead at one point, and they were on match point. They only needed to win one more game. Crown and Jewels was able to come back, winning both those games and put it up to a 4 games apiece tie, sending them into a Game 9. But Flipside, orange team here, you can see they're up by 1 point with 10 seconds left to go. All they need to do is keep this ball out of their goal, and they will be crowned the RLC Pro League champions for Season 1. But I'll just let this play out. You've probably seen this play if you've been around the esports scene at all. If you haven't, this is some amazing teamwork here. Killer passes it up to Siki. 5 seconds left. Siki passes over to Pashy. 3 seconds left. Pashy threads the needle and puts it past Marky with 2 seconds left. Game's tied up. It goes into overtime, and the overtime is kind of anticlimactic compared to this equalizer goal here. But I want to break this play down, and I want to talk about all the different things that happened with this play. How we got into it, you know, what happened before this play that allows it to occur. So we're going to back up. We're going to watch this right here off the start. We'll back up a little bit further than that. That was maybe a little bit too far. But we'll see here as Pashy gains control of the ball here in midfield, and he's able to push it out. He's trying to clear it, but he ends up just kind of passing to Marky Doodah. Mike Rule's kind of getting up into Pashy's way there. And so Marky Doodah ends up with ball control and is able to take a shot. The ball goes a little bit wide, bounces high, but Marky knows this and he sees it, and so he goes up for a shot here. If he scores at this point, the comeback becomes just so much harder. So this is a really good heads-up play for him, and I'm going to slow this down. Do it twice, just make sure it's actually going slower here. And just look at this. As he comes up for this, killer number 7 also comes up to get into the way, which is such a heads-up play, and honestly, his timing is impeccable. Had he been just a split second later on this, you see him redirect the ball there, which puts Marky's shot just wide, just barely wide. The ball is over here. You can see, oh, let's turn off the ball cam. Turn it off, there it goes, turn it off. Man, you have to re-input things so many times on this replay stuff. Anyway, so the ball comes up here, and just look at how close this is to going in. It's so close, and you can look at this trail. You can see there, it's hazy, but the blue is where Killer redirected the ball. If that had just been anywhere else, just slightly earlier, slightly later, this probably would have gone in. Marky would have scored. 10 seconds left, 2 points to come back from. Really hard comeback there, but that shot right there is so close, just so close to winning there. I feel like I'm saying so close too much, but anyways, great play from Marky. But Marky is now loose in goal. So what is Flipside doing here? Well, Cookster is going to come up from the back, and he's going to continue to apply offensive pressure, which is exactly what you need to be doing in this situation. If you apply offensive pressure, this is kind of a good offense being the best defense situation. He's keeping the ball onto the blue side of the field, and if you keep the ball up onto the Crown and Jewel side of the field, they can't formulate any sort of offensive drive to put this away. So he's going to put this up into the corner. It's exactly where he wants it to be. We see, you know, the Crown and Jewels is in the middle of a defensive rotation. Killer number 7, though, rotates very quickly and is able to get up and into this. Now, Marky is loose at midfield. I think he runs into... No, he's in the middle of a flip. Marky is rotating. Cookster just took a shot, so he is in the most rotatey position. He's very, very far back, and he just needs to be swinging around. He's not going to be touching the ball for a little bit. So it's Mike who is the person who should be coming up to get into this ball to keep that offensive pressure going. But Mike, for some reason, is all the way back here facing the other direction. So we don't really know what's happening with him. I want to switch to Mike's point of view, though. And then I'm going to back this up, rewind a little bit, and see what Mike has been doing for the last few seconds. So Mike rotates, he goes back to get boost. And then as he comes out here, Pashy sees Pashy gain control of the ball. He comes up to try and run interference. He's able to get kind of in between Pashy and the ball, which is good. So that buys Marky time to take the shot. So he goes, and then he goes to get boost again. He uses boost a lot to cross the field in this play. You just saw him use all the boost he picked up to cross to the other side of the field to run interference, and now he's going to use the boost again, crossing all the way back as he sees Marky missing that ball. He sees Cookster coming up, and so he turns to get boost a third time. Now getting the boost here is not necessarily the mistake Mike makes. The mistake he makes is not turning immediately into this ball to try and get up into Killer's face. He hangs back, and that gives Killer lots of time and space. And now I want you to notice this. So Cookser made a great play. We'll back up just a moment here. Marky makes the shot. Cookser comes up, and he applies offensive pressure. But then as you see this ball come down, let's look at this setup right here. Mike is all the way over there. Cookser is in a completely broken position. He has made his shot. He has done his opportunity, but the shot Cookser made there to put it up onto the wall is a setup shot. Somebody has to follow this up. Otherwise, he's kind of just putting the ball into Crown Jewel's hands, which is exactly what he does. Killer number 7 comes out from goal here, and just look at this setup from Crown Jewels. Pashy and Siki, they have to score within 6 seconds. If they don't score, if flip side scores, they're not in much of a different position. They have to score right now or they're going to lose. So Pashy and Siki are already pushing up onto offense even before Killer really gains control of this ball. So Killer's going to be able to gain control and push this one up and out. Now as Killer pushes this up, he clears. A great clear straight to Siki. Now we're going to watch this from the overhead and just watch this brilliant pass. Siki comes over and he pushes it out, passes over to Pashy, who puts it back across the goal, back behind Mike. Now let's watch this pass from Siki's perspective and see what he is seeing as he moves this play out. So we're locked on to Siki, and we're going to go to player view. And we'll back this one up again. So come back to here. Marky takes his shot again. He comes up to try and just get back to where he can get into defense if Killer misses the shot. He comes around. He's going to try and run interference for Cookser, but Cookser puts it over his head. The heads-up thing here is he doesn't turn around. He's not turning around to try and run defense. He sees Killer's going to get the ball. They have to be out on offense right now, so he pushes out. Killer makes a great pass, and then do you see this turn here? A lot of times with passing in Rocket League, passing really is just a player losing control of the ball in the direction of a teammate, and we call it a pass. This is a deliberate pass. He sees Pashy. He's had a mindset on where Pashy is, and he turns completely towards Pashy to pass this ball. Great hit, keeping that ball on the ground. Which gives Pashy options. He lets Pashy put it up. He lets Pashy dunk it. He lets Pashy do what he wants with it. So this pass, very, very deliberate pass, and then Pashy's able to get this back. And the thing I love about this pass, we'll go back to the aerial angle here. All the players on flip side are thinking, how do we keep this ball from coming off the right side of the field and into the goal? But Siki puts it all the way onto the left side of the field with this pass. Just a beeline of a pass straight to Pashy. And then the brilliance here is that Pashy passes it back into the right corner of the goal. So the ball only spins just ever so, doesn't even spend a whole second on the left side of the field before it's back onto that side of the goal. You could see Mike trying to get into a position where he would set it up. If he had passed it, if he had shot onto the left side of the goal here, Mike probably could have gotten into the way. He was angled correctly for it. But because he put it behind Mike, that's not going to work. But that was a good offensive drive. What mistakes did Flipside make, though, that kept this ball from being able to save this ball? Now, we've already talked kind of about the first mistake Mike made, and I just want to say at this point, I think Mike is an amazing player. He's one of the best players in Rocket League. So I'm talking about some mistakes he's making, but realize he's in the grand finals of the only real season of Rocket League we've ever had. And I'm not slighting this player at all. He's an amazing player who has brought his team this far. And just kind of in the moments, he made just some critical mistakes. So he didn't press up the pressure there. And he's going to fall back onto defense as he realizes the situation. He realizes that Crown & Jewels has this presence. And he realizes that they have a good spot here to get up and to score. So he's trying to put himself into a defensive place. And so he's moving back into defense. He sees Siki hitting this ball. So he thinks that if he can turn, he can clear this. And I don't think that at this point he sees Pashy. I haven't talked to Mike. Maybe he did. He probably doesn't really remember if he did or not at this point because it was about a month ago. But Siki is going to take the shot, and you see him turn. You see Mike here turn. He's turning to try and get the clear. If he clears the ball here, that's pretty much game over. Yes, there's still technically a possibility, but just the comeback becomes so small. The chance of it happening is tiny. If he can just put it over there into the far blue corner, right, where nobody's at, just let the clock run down. So he turns, but then he sees Pashy, and he turns back. This kind of indecision here. he's put himself completely out of position. And it's not exactly that he put himself out of position. That pass across the field, he had an opportunity and then realized, wait, this isn't just an empty ball that I can clear. This is a pass to Pesci, and I still need to be getting into goal and into a defensive spot. So when he realizes that, just look at this. This is impossible. Mike is backwards in goal as Pesci takes the shot. He has momentum into the goal. There's just, it's so far, and then I think that right there is just another mistake. He doesn't turn into the ball. He turns away from the ball, which leaves his roll just wide. He's not able to quite get there. He really tried to make the best of a situation, but that pass was such a heads-up offensive play because it blows everything Mike is making. Mike is at a level where if he wants to make a play, he can make the play, but he has to know what the play is. And they changed the play on him so quickly right there, where it looked like Siki was doing something with the ball, and then Pesci was doing something with the ball, and then Pesci was shooting back to where he thought Siki was originally going to be putting the ball into the corner. And just those sorts of like split-second decisions was life and death in this situation. And I want to like watch this from the overhead here, just one more time, and break down exactly what's happening here with Markey, because Markey's kind of the other player who could be in a position to save this. As he's falling back here, remember, Cookser made that drive up into the corner, so he is behind this ball the entire time. He's kind of out of this play. So he pushes up here. Markey is moving back to goal, and he turns. Again, as Siki hits the ball, both him and Mike kind of make the same turn here. But then as they both see Pesci, Markey turns much more aggressively. And then at this point, Markey is already out of the play. He can't turn back. You can see him. He tries to turn back. It doesn't matter. He's already slowing down. He realizes he's out of this play, and it's just up to Pesci and Mike. And Pesci's able to make the shot, put it past Mike. But that's just the importance of passing. Like, passing isn't just opening up a drive, isn't just kind of getting the ball around players. It's blowing the setup that the defense thinks you're making. So when Mike comes back for this ball, you just see it in his movement here as he turns and then he has to turn back. That's sort of indecision. He needed to be set up right now. At this point, as Pesci's making the shot, Mike needs to be set up, and he is anything but that. And that's all because of that pass coming from Siki. So this play, the first place, I call it the $1,300 pass because first place won $2,600, second place won $1,300. So they doubled their winnings with this pass here. It's kind of funny that the overtime goal was anticlimactic in comparison to this brilliant pass. I'll speed it up and just in case you haven't seen it, we'll watch the end of this game happen here. They have the 2-second kickoff. The ball's just kind of end up at midfield. Nothing really happens with it. And oh yeah, they do bounce it around a little bit, but nothing actually happens here. Siki's able to put it over into the corner. They go into overtime. The overtime goal is kind of cute, but still, you're just so hyped up from the comeback, from watching this comeback from 3 games out, you know. That pass was really what made the difference here. Pesci puts it up. Markey drives back. Siki comes up. He gains ball control. Is able to put it up into the air. Follows this up in the air, and then this is where it happens here. Pesci and Siki both kind of re-angle that off the wall. It's going to bounce. Siki gets a really hilarious, not hilarious, but just gorgeous off his butt reverse goal to win the series, to win the games, to become Pro League champions. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this play breakdown. I hope that you learned a couple things and could see kind of the ways that the play was able to develop and the ways that players made decisions / mistakes that resulted in that play happening. Maybe you learned something that you can take into your gameplay. If you like this sort of content, please let me know and send me moments from games, especially pro games. Send me moments from the pro games that you think, hey, let's break down what happened here. I would love to do that. So yeah, this has been fun, and I'm going to try and do more of these. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTuber stuff, you know, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.